Hello YouTube, this is Savory Milkman, and today I'm going to be coming at you with a rather unorthodox video for my channel. I usually do video games, obviously, as you can see, and a little bit of tech stuff. But today I just got this in the mail. I got the standard something standard functions standard functions. It's written right there. The standard functions chin bone mechanical vape mod. Um, I'm doing this video because there are no videos on this, and if you are watching this video, make sure that before you continue on, you've done all your research about battery safety, proper storage, Ohm's law, the basic things, because once you start stepping into this world, it gets a little hairy. Um, you could potentially harm yourself or even kill yourself by using improper batteries at improper resistances. All the horror stories have happened. I'm sure you're already well aware. If you have done it, however, awesome. Let's continue on with the review. So, like I said, YouTube has absolutely no videos covering this mod, and I don't know why, because I just purchased this from Standard Functions for $40, and they included their Rhyno dripper. Um, Now, I'm not one of these vape tubers or anything like that, so I haven't done any videos, obviously, but I've been messing with my Velocity V2, sitting on top of this iStick Pico. I know, funny, right? But I've been enjoying that for the longest time, and I've been doing mechanical mods for a few years actually. My first mechanical mod was the UD Igo W. That was my first atomizer, and I had some cheap knockoff Stingray mod to go along with that. So way back in the day, triple post design. Uh, those were the days. But anyways, so I just got this thing in the mail, and surprisingly enough, there aren't any reviews on it because the build quality is absolutely fantastic. It's an entirely stainless steel construction with brass contacts. Many of you know, or hopefully you do know already, that brass is mostly copper. It's copper mixed in with tin, maybe nickel, other alloys, stuff like that to make stronger than copper, because copper is relatively soft. Um, the conductivity on this thing is absolutely fantastic. It doesn't get hot, so it seems well vented, and it looks really cool. I mean, look at that thing. It just looks freaking awesome, especially with that Rhino mod on top, which I'm gonna get to in just a second. Uh, it's a little heavier than my Stingray was, but that's a good thing because heavy mod means good construction, right? The firing button is made out of brass as well, and yeah, there's really not much more else that can be said about this, other than the fact that it comes with several different tube sizes for different types of batteries. So if you're doing smaller than 18650 batteries, there are options available. Standard Functions has the list of all their compatible batteries and stuff like that. Honestly, I've never used anything smaller than 18650, so that doesn't really apply to me. Those are just kind of, just there. Um, Onto the Rhino mod. The Rhyno atomizer. So the Rhyno atomizer is it comes with two tips. I have actually the box for that right here. The other one I just don't care about. It comes in this box. Yeah, let's get that open. And you get a choice. You can either get this this Cloud Chaser tip, or you can get this Flavor Chaser tip, as they call it. I have absolutely no use for this because, quite honestly, the flavor on this is good enough, and clouds, man. I mean, clouds. Come on. So, in addition to all that, it does come with an Allen's wrench This is an Allen's wrench, everybody. This is an Allen's wrench. This is not an Allen's key. An Allen's key is a set of Allen's wrenches, hence key. Get it? This is a wrench. It's an Allen's wrench. Just clarifying that. Not that it's important or anything like that. A tool is a tool. Yeah, it doesn't come with any extra O-rings or post screws or anything like that, which I find really disappointing. But for 40 bucks, I can't complain. I currently have this thing. Before I forget, it is a 4-post design, a quad post design. It has 2 positive posts in the center, 2 negative on the outside, of course, and the positive posts are 24 karat gold plated, which is no big surprise. Some people might say, well, how is it 24 karat gold plated if they're selling it for 40 bucks? Well, there's different levels of 24 karat gold, and just because you see jewelry being sold at a certain amount doesn't necessarily mean that the price of 24 karat gold is actually that expensive. It's actually 24 karat gold's a lot cheaper than a lot of people believe. So this actually is 24 karat gold. I know from its I can tell from its luminescence, and from my mom was really big into jewelry, so you know, I got a pretty good eye for this stuff. It's 24 karat gold. It's even hard like it. If you put it under light, it shines the right way, like 24 karat gold is supposed to glimmer. It's 24 karat. I promise that. Even if I'm wrong, I promise that. If I'm wrong and you got proof, tell me and I'll admit it. But it's 24 karat gold. Anyways, so what I'm running right now is a quad wrap dual coil design. I have 4 wraps on each one of my coils, and I tested this out with my multimeter, and this thing is actually pretty low resistance. It's 0.12 ohms. So for anybody who's into super duper sub ohming and stuff like that, this mod actually handles it really well, and this atomizer is very good for it as well. It's I don't know if I mentioned, it's 24 gauge cam valve, so 4 wraps, 24 gauge each side. Very good vape. I'm going to be using this circus cookie stuff that I picked up at a local shop. It's 80% VG, 20% PG, and just gonna. Yeah, I already dripped it a little while ago, so it's still pretty wet, but I'm gonna give it an extra drip or two. Yeah. I've actually already singed the cotton, I believe, and I haven't had this thing for more than 2 hours, and I already burnt the cotton. Typical. I mean, when the resistance is this low, you got to kind of take a few things into consideration. Number one, you're gonna have to use a lot less cotton, because you will burn it if it's too dense. But I like the way the cotton fits in there, mostly, because the juice well is not very big. I believe it's a 3mm juice well, so it doesn't have a lot of capacity at the bottom. But like I said, it looks very nice and neat. It's very, you know, it's nice looking. My only complaint is no post screws, no O-rings. I mean that's gonna be a problem at a certain point, because this one, because on my Velocity I already have to replace a post screw and I lost them. That's why I'm not using the Velocity on this thing right now. But without further ado, everybody wants to see the vape. If you're vaping at this low resistance, do not just throw any battery in there. You will hurt yourself. You will hurt yourself. It will happen. You will get badly burned. Just even if you put it in whatever battery in there, and you're like, oh man, I didn't get burnt. No, you got burnt. You got burnt. You just live with that assumption. You will get burnt if you just throw whatever battery in there. I'm not even kidding about this. Safety is the #1 priority. This stuff is not fun if you have to graft skin from your ass to replace the skin you lost on your cheek, or worse. Safety is the #1 priority. All right? So with that in mind, the battery that I'm going to be using for this is a Sony VTC4. It's rated. Mooch says that it's rated at a 23 amp continuous draw, but I perform the same tests. You know, I'm electronic savvy myself, and no, this is a true 30 amp battery. It absolutely can handle a 30 amp continuous draw. So I don't know where he's getting that it's a 23 amp battery. It might have been just his battery, because let's also get that straight right now. Not all batteries are created equal. The same two batteries could function very, 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 very differently. Mine is a true 30 amp battery. I did the test myself. Not saying you have to do this, but if you can learn about how to test the batteries using a multimeter and other devices and stuff, like other testing devices and stuff, it would behoove you to do so, especially when you're going, like I said, this freaking low in resistance. Okay? So, without further ado, VTC4 is in. It's the locking ring. I really like the locking ring on this one. It's really strong. It's really sturdy. It's threaded in the opposite direction. So after you screw it in, the opposite direction is going to be the way that the locking ring extends, which I think is really nice, because it means that you can never accidentally unscrew it when you're tightening the locking ring. When you're unscrewing it further than that, you're tightening the locking ring. So see, I have it all the way out. This button's not going to fire, and this is the same direction that I would tighten this up to the body. So good job on that one. All right, so enough rambling. Let's take a hit. Oop. Cheers. All right, now that's just to burn off the excess. Now let's take a real hit. Great vapor production, and that's on the 80 VG juice. So mind you, the clouds are going to naturally be pretty big on that. I also have the fan blowing on in here, so I move a bit closer. Yeah, this thing blows clouds absolutely fantastically. So all in all, would I recommend this product? Absolutely. And if you've been looking for a video online, I hope this satisfied all your questions and comments and stuff like that. The specifications of the Rhyno mod and the Rhyno atomizer and the chin bone mod are very well detailed on Standard Function's website. Again, safety first, fun later. It's more fun if it's done safely. Always remember that. So yeah, there's really not much more that can be said about this thing. I absolutely love it. It's not my first mechanical mod, but it's definitely one of the best ones that I've owned. All right. So yeah, if you enjoyed this video, please don't expect any more vaping videos, because I don't do that. I do video games and stuff. Yeah, right now it's on sale for $40. If you're looking to get into mechanical mods, but you don't want to spend $200 on just the mod, buy one today. Peace.